Alright, welcome back YouTube. So it's only been a couple days, but I got a lot of work done in those couple days. 24 figures to be exact, again. Do some show-offs here. Ooh, Musketeer, or Pikemen, sorry. Musketeers are next. There we go, 12 Pikemen. These are the Pikemen for the unit. These are Sir Rolf Hopton's regiment from the west. One of his regiments. I think he had multiples. He was kind of the king's man in the west, more or less. He was actually a pretty decent commander too. I really like him. It was kind of a secondary theater for the royalist cause, and he did the best with it. He was one of the last to surrender, went into exile. And like I said, these guys are supposed to be one of the veteran regiments from Ireland that came over in the west when Ireland was able to be relieved. But yeah, man, I tell you what, painting these guys are so much more fun than Warlord. Get some of these Musketeers here so you guys can see them. Camera's mostly cooperating today. Wow. Thank you to my viewers that let me know that is a tartan. I had no idea what that was called. It is indeed a tartan. So thank you guys. Really enjoyed playing these guys. Honestly, I probably would already have the whole army painted if I had bought Perry's instead of Warlord. Warlord is a great company. I love them. They do a lot of things for the hobby. They have good pricing, good rules that can appeal to everybody, whether you're a very experienced wargamer or a newcomer. Bolt Action was kind of my gateway game into 28mm wargaming. I still play it. So I really like Warlord. But some of their older stuff just isn't good. It just isn't good, and their plastic ECW is definitely one of those that are not good. I have some metal Persians, ancient Persians that I have that are metal and that are also really old, and those are even worse than the plastic ECW stuff. I'm getting to a point where I enjoy painting more quality. Painting higher quality miniatures is better than saving the money and painting low quality miniatures, because I turn out more work. I enjoyed painting these way more, twice as much, in fact, I could quantify it, than the plastic Warlord. I'm turning out these Perrys 2 to 3 times faster than I turned out plastic Warlord, and it's because I enjoyed painting them more. And these Perrys aren't without their own fault. They're a little on the smaller side because that was the style. They're older. So you have that, and then also there was a lot of cleanup on them. Like I cleaned them all up before I primed them, and then after I primed them and I started painting them, and I had them in front of my face with a brush, there was still more flashing around the feet and fingers that I didn't see when I initially cleaned them up with my files. So they have their own issues. But the details are better. The facial details are better. Not only did I paint these 2 to 3 times faster, I actually put more work into these. I kept talking about how I'm only painting the ECW army to 50% standard. Well, these last 2 units I did higher than that. The white coats and these Hopton guys, I did higher than that because I enjoyed painting them more. I painted more detail. Everything has multiple coats and multiple washes and inks, and I did more to them. So I'm pretty proud. I think these guys are going to be my new faves. So we still got hair, we still got a skin highlight, and we still got pikes. But everything's done. These are 95% done. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm getting to the point in my wargaming career where I would just rather paint good miniatures and spend the extra money than painting the crappy miniatures. Now, at a macro scale, does it really matter? No. You have them on the table, no one's gonna be able to tell the difference. They just see you have painted miniatures, and maybe they're blue coats or they're red coats or they're purple coats, and that's that, right? And if money is an issue, Warlord is still a great option. I will not ding anybody for having Warlord stuff, but personally, I just enjoy painting these guys more. So I just enjoy the higher quality miniatures. Now, Warlord does make some great plastic. I'm not saying all Warlord plastics are crap either. Their early war German plastics have been fine. I've enjoyed painting those. Their late war British are fine. And like some of their metal, like these metals, I'd rate these metal guys here. This is a Cannon Crew, just as high as the Perrys. I'll enjoy painting those guys. So that's what I'm going to work on next. And then I'm out of ECW miniatures, and I am going to be painting some World War II stuff. And the other point I wanted to talk about in this video is where I'm now painting more. I'm now, as Holy Diver would say, balls deep into the hobby. And you know, my first couple years I dabbled because I didn't have any friends to play with. You guys in the UK are really lucky that you guys have a really large gaming community and you have gaming halls and gaming clubs. We don't have that here in the States. Your gaming club is sometimes your local game store. And unless you know somebody or unless you have friends outside of that, you're kind of screwed. And then, you know, Holy Divers went on rants about what happens and who goes to those game stores. I'm lucky that I have a friend like Holy Diver who I get along with at a personal level. We just don't, you know what I mean? Like, I enjoy his company. I just don't use him for gaming. And I can enjoy games in that manner. It's not like that for a lot of people in the States. A lot of people in the States, this is like a solo hobby. And that's really sad. So, but anyways, where I was going with this is my armies. Since I'm balls deep into this hobby now, I'm redoing how I'm planning my projects. So what I kind of do is I say, okay, this year I want to do Persians or I want to do ECW, and I'll collect 25, 30, maybe 40% of the army, paint it up, and then be like, oh crap, I'm out of miniatures, let me buy the other 40, 50% of the miniatures for that army and project. And wait for those to come in and then work on something else. And what ends up happening with that is your units don't turn out right, you don't have what you want, you end up changing your mind. So this is what I'm doing going forward. Going forward, I'm going to have everything in the armies mapped out. Okay, I'm going to say this is what I want for this army. This is the 300 or 350 miniatures. These are the units. This is how many I want. And then I'm going to do that. And then I'm gonna collect everything. And you know, if it takes me 6 months to be able to afford to buy everything, then that's what I'm gonna do. If it takes longer, and then when I have everything, then I'm gonna start. So I'm doing that because now I'm at this point now where I'm out of ECW stuff. I'm waiting on a Perry's order for another 48 miniatures to come in, so I can paint more ECW stuff. And in the meantime, I'm going to fill the gap with another project. That's fine. I don't have a giant horde of miniatures, but you know, at the same time, I'd rather be working on this to get this project done, but I can't. So going forward, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have everything. So for the Waffen SS army, I'm going to get all 150 miniatures and tanks and shabam, and it's going to be in a giant effing pile, ready to go. I've been collecting it slowly already over a year, so I already have about half of it collected right now. And I'm going to get the other half probably later this year, and it's going to be started next year. But by the end of this year, I'm going to have that whole army in a pile ready to go. Because like the Persians, I'm going to be in a similar boat. I have 2 units for the Persians. The Persians already mapped out. They're going to be about 285 miniatures, maybe slightly more. And I only have 48 of them, right? So I'm in the same boat where, okay, now I have some Persians to paint, but not enough. And, you know, I kind of bought what I do have. I bought on an impulse, and I'm making them fit into my army. So I need to, 1, stop impulse buying, and then 2, plan out and have a greater plan, a large, you know, a long-term plan for these armies and projects. Because every army I do is at least 250 miniatures. I don't have a single active project right now that's going to be under 250 miniatures. Not a single one. The Blitzkrieg Germans, I mean, the Walthen SS is still going to be, for a World War II army, it's still going to be 150 miniatures, and I think that's, but with tanks. I'm going to have like, 10 armored vehicles to go with that. So, various kinds. So yeah, I mean, I just need to get better with the planning of the armies. And that is that. So, yeah. Thanks for the comments, guys, on the Tartans. Not sure how it's properly pronounced. But yeah, having a really great time with these guys. Hopefully, Holy Diver, if you're watching, post our damn battle report. You won. I'm surprised you haven't posted it. I know you like it when you win. You beat me. So it was a long shot. The chances for victory were slim. I had one chance for victory and I blew it. So you guys will have to see that in the battle report. Yeah, I really enjoyed these guys. So can't wait to get these guys out on the table here. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching and keep on painting.